Very good morning, everyone. How are you all? So, any doubt, whatever we have done till now, is it audible to everyone? Very good morning, everyone. Is it audible to everyone? Chalo. So, you can write down all your doubt in the chat box so that at the beginning of the class, I can take such doubt and it will be easy for me to clear all the doubts at the beginning of the class only. Correct. Now, of course, I will revise whatever I have done till now. But let me first understand whatever doubt you have so that at the time of revision, I will give more emphasis to that point. Correct? Chalo. So first let us revise once whatever we have done till now. Correct. So we started with what? The meaning of accounting. What is the meaning of accounting? Accounting is a language of business. It is an art of recording transaction in event of financial nature to communicate the business result to the user of financial statement. What is the meaning of transaction? Transaction means any act or any business or any agreement. The consequences of the transaction is known as what? Event. But we only record what? Financial transaction and financial event. So what is the meaning of financial transaction? Financial transaction are those transactions which satisfy two conditions. First is what? Which can change the financial position of business and which can be expressed in terms of money. I think now you have understood the meaning of transaction has given two concepts. One is what? Separate entity concept. Second is what? Money measurement concept. So these two concepts has been derived from the meaning of transactions only. Correct? Yes. The consequences of the financial transaction at a particular point of time is known as what? Financial event. Understood? Yes, sir. Then we have done what? The user of financial statement. There are two users: internal users and external users. Internal users are those person who manages the business. So there are two examples: owner and managers. Owner are also known as proprietor, partner and shareholders. Managers are also known as directors in case of company. Who are external users? Any other person who are not internal users are external users. So any other person will be considered as external user. Correct? Then we started with what? Recording. So recording include two process of accounting. One is recording and other is classifying. In recording we prepare which book? Journal. In classifying we prepare which book? Ledger. It means there are two books of account. One is journal and ledger, and maintaining such books of account is known as bookkeeping. So bookkeeping is the starting point of accounting, but this is not the end of the accounting. So bookkeeping से accounting start होता है. Correct? Are you getting what I am saying? So bookkeeping is a part of accounting. Is a part of accounting, not accounting. Not accounting. Just try to understand. Bookkeeping is a part of accounting, not accounting. Why? Because the objective of accounting is not to prepare journal and ledger. The objective of accounting is what? To prepare financial statement for the user of financial statement. Correct? So what are the financial statement? Financial statement include balance sheet, SOPL, statement of PL, statement of cash flow and notes to account. Balance sheet क्यों बनाते? To know the financial position of the entity. SOPL we prepare what? For to know the financial performance of the entity, that is profit or loss. Cash flow statement to know the cash movement during the year. Notes to account for disclosure purpose. For disclosure purpose. Correct? Understood? Then we came to what? Accounting principle. Accounting principle is derived from what? Accounting concept and accounting conventions. Accounting concept means what? Basic assumption which is required to prepare the financial statement. Accounting convention means guidelines which has been derived from the practice of accounting. How many total accounting concepts and accounting conventions are there? 13 concepts and 13 13 in total. There are 13 concepts and conventions. Till now we have done only 3. Rule number 1 is what? Separate entity concept. As per this concept, owner and business are separate person, yes, separate entity, correct. It means only those transactions which affect the financial position of the business will be recorded, correct. Means any personal transaction which do not affect the financial position of the business will not be recorded, but those personal transactions which affect the financial position of business will be also recorded, money measurement concept means what? As per this concept, only those transactions which can be expressed in terms of money will be recorded. We have taken one example, death of a manager, correct. Here money means what? Local currency of the country in which books of accounts are prepared. Books of account are prepared in the principal place of business, correct. Understood? Yes sir, itna samjhe. Then we started recording में बोला this is the first process of accounting, correct. In this we prepare the first book of accounting known as journal, and the process of writing in the journal, the process of writing means recording in the journal, is known as journalizing the entry. Till now abhi tak we have not understand how to write in the journal. Till now we have not understand, correct. Yes sir. Then recording is done as per dual aspect concept. As per dual aspect concept, there are two aspect of accounting. One is debit, one is credit, and both the aspect need to be recorded. What is the meaning of debit and credit? Debit and credit has no meaning in the accounting terms. In accounting terms, there is no meaning of debit and credit. It represents two sides of an account. Left hand side is known as debit, right hand side is known as credit. However, debit has been derived from the word deber and credit has been derived from the word creder. These both are Latin word. Why? Because the accounting has been developed by Luca Pacioli. Correct. So this has been Latin word. Correct. Deber means to owe, creder means to give. Correct. Are you getting? The short form of debit and credit has been derived from deber and creder only. Deber and creder. Correct. The system of accounting as per dual aspect concept is known as double entry system. Correct. Itna kiye. Then we came to the approach of accounting. There are two approach of accounting. One is known as traditional approach, which has given golden rules of accounting. Other is what? Accounting equation approach, which has been given modern rules of accounting. Till now we have done only traditional approach. As per traditional approach, there are two accounts. One is known as personal account, one is known as impersonal account. Personal account means which relate to any person. It can be either natural person, artificial person, or representative person. I think now you have understood representative person, which represent either single or group of natural or artificial person. Capital account is a representative person, correct. Understood? Yes sir. Then we come to the impersonal account. Impersonal account can be real account or nominal account. Real account means what? All assets which are not debt. That means receivable. Means any asset which are personal account cannot be real account. So all asset of business other than personal account will be real account. It can be tangible asset, it can be intangible asset. Tangible asset, it can be intangible asset, correct. Then we came to what? Nominal account. All expense and all income will be nominal account. Correct. Understood. Then we started golden rules of accounting. As per golden rules of accounting, uh, what is the rule of personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. But debit the receiver from business, credit the giver to business. Correct. Understood. Then real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Then nominal account, debit all expenses and losses and credit all income and gains. Correct. Understood? This much we have done. Correct. Now let's see what are the doubts. एक एक करके डाउट करते हैं. तो Priyanka has asked one doubt. What is the doubt? So suppose we purchase furniture for sale, then it is an asset. Just try to understand. You have purchased furniture for sale. It means it is your goods. Goods means in this furniture you are dealing. Means this is the item in which you are carrying on your business. So here furniture will be your goods or stock or inventory. The goods, stock and inventories are interchangeably used. Means inventory, stock and goods are same item. So whenever you purchase furniture for sale, it become your goods. So can I say you purchase? So you will open purchase account. correct, purchase account. So this purchase account represent goods, and till now benefit has not been derived. Till now benefit has not been derived. So if benefit has not been derived, can I say it will be an asset account? Correct? Understood? Priyanka, your doubt over? I'll come to the 5 items. वो छूट गया, 5 item वापस से discuss करते हैं. Correct? Understood? Then next doubt is what? In expense and asset, second example. Chalo, I'll come to the expense and asset. Rahul has asked this doubt. Then Ajit, why sale of fixed asset is a real account? Why sale of fixed asset is not a real account? अभी समझाता हूँ, वापस समझो. Ajit, I will explain 1 second. Give me some time. Correct? Then special account. What is special account, Sahil? I have not used the word special account. Correct? What do you mean about? What do you mean by special account? Please explain. I don't know what is special account. Correct? Divya. Sir, can you please explain income definition once? 1 second. I will come to all the definition. Don't worry. Then difference between expense and asset. Means doubt आया 5 elements of the financial statement. But what are the 5 elements of the financial asset? Sorry. What are the 5 elements of the financial statement? First is what? Capital, asset, liability, income and expense. So I have defined first what? पहले मैंने आपको डेफिनेशन दिया अबाउट एक्सपेंस एंड एसेट करेक्ट अंडरस्टूड expense and asset. Why I started with expense and asset? Just try to understand. Whenever you do some expense or you purchase any asset, just try to understand what I am saying. Whenever you do some expense or you purchase any asset, there is some payment involved. So there is an outflow of cash. This outflow of cash is known as expenditure. This outflow of cash is known as expenditure. Means can I say expense and asset में एक common point है, that is expenditure. बोलो yes or no? Expense and asset में there is one common point, that is what? Expenditure. Correct? Means I purchase the camera for recording purpose. So can I say I purchase the camera, so camera is my asset, but I need to pay some amount. Correct? Yes sir. And I have paid some amount to my employee, so it means I have paid salary. तो यहाँ पे भी payment involved है. So can I say even though it is an expense or asset, the common point is what? Payment. The common point is payment. इतना समझ में आया? बोलो yes or no? Yes sir. Correct. So can I say both involve expenditure? My question to you all, why you will pay? For example, right now you joined our coaching class, you have paid something, you have paid some amount. So why you will pay? Can I say you will pay because you will receive some benefit? Means expenditure involves some benefit. If there is no benefit, you will never. If there is no benefit, you will never incur any expenditure. Means whenever we do expenditure, whenever we incur expenditure, can I say there is some benefit which is going to be received? Which is going to be received. Means without benefit, we'll never do any expenditure. We'll never do any expenditure. Correct? So what is the difference between expense and asset? Whenever we incur any expenditure and benefit is already received, benefit is already derived, benefit is already received, benefit is already derived, so it is what? Expense. Then it will be transferred to PL. But if benefit is going to be received in future, means you have done some expenditure, but benefit will be in future, benefit will be received in future, then it become your asset. Very simple point. Very simple point. Geeta, just try to understand what I am saying. If you have incur any expenditure and benefit is already received, then it become expense. And if benefit is going to be received in future, then it become an asset. So I will ask one example from you all. Whether you have paid, suppose you have paid right now, though you have not paid any amount to us, but suppose you have paid the fees. You have paid the fees to us. Whatever fees is there for CA Foundation, you have paid the fees. But it is your expense की asset. बोलो, everyone mention. It is your expense की asset. बोलो, everyone. It is your expense की asset. Respond. Very good. Most of you have said asset. Thank you very much. But there are some students still they are saying asset. Whether you have paid the fees, whether benefit you have received, whether all the classes is over, whether all the classes हो गया. अभी till now you need to you need to do 4 month classes. Correct now? It means till now benefit is not fully received. Correct now? Till now benefit is not fully received. Means benefit will be received in future. Benefit will be received in future. Then whatever fee you have paid, that is not a expense, that is an asset. Just try to understand. Those who have said expense, तो अभिषेक you have said expense, और किसने expense बोला? सुमेध यू हैव सेड एक्सपेंस, और किसने एक्सपेंस बोला? साहिल यू हैव सेड एक्सपेंस, और किसने एक्सपेंस बोला? गीता यू हैव सेड एक्सपेंस. तो दोज हु हैव सेड एक्सपेंस, प्लीज जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. You have paid fees to us, whether you have received benefit or you will receive benefit in future. You will receive benefit in future. Just try to understand. Now, so if the benefit is still now not received, if the benefit is still now not received, so can I say it is not your expense, it is an asset right now. It is an asset right now. Understood? Correct? So similarly, I have given one example. I have given one example about salary. Correct ना? यहाँ पे एक example दिया था. Where is that example? Yes. कि at the beginning of the year you appointed one employee. At the beginning of the year you appointed one employee and you have paid an amount of 5 lakh for 5 years, 1 lakh per year, 1 lakh per year. Are you getting what I am saying? 1 lakh per year. So at the beginning of the year, you have paid. So it is an expenditure. So this expenditure, but the employee will provide services. The employee has already provided his services. So till now, employee has not provided his services. Means benefit will receive in future. Therefore, the expenditure whatever you have done at the beginning of the year, at the beginning it is what? A asset. A asset. Understood? Correct. पहली बार just try to understand whatever you have done in class 11 and 12. Please उसको delete कर दो अपने mind से. If you think you have done in class 11 and 12 कि expense किया था, यहाँ पे टीचर ने asset बता दिया, ये कैसे होगा, तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा. I said you give me 5 days. I will change the entire learning process. 5 days you need to only concentrate on what I am teaching. Correct? Are you getting what I am saying? Have you understood? Those who have said expense, have you understood that it is not an expense, it is an asset? It is an asset. Correct? Priyal, your doubt will be, whatever your doubt is there, it will be completed. I don't want to handle this doubt right now, but it will be automatically covered with the passage of time. With the passage of time, till you keep your doubt in your pocket. Correct? Till you keep your doubt in your pocket. I don't want to handle this doubt right now. Correct? Chalo. Now, coming to the next point. So have you understood asset and expense? Asset and expense. एक बार बोल दो. Yes. Everyone said yes. Have you understood asset or expense? Asset and expense. I'm coming. Naman, I'm coming to your doubt. Have you understood asset and expense? Please respond fast. Yes, yes, बोल दो. अच्छा, स्पेशल अकाउंट मींस ये बोल रहे हो. चलो ठीक है. स्पेशल अकाउंट विल डिस्कस. Chalo, everyone is saying yes. So then we have discussed the meaning of liability. So liability means any amount payable to any person. Any amount payable to any person will be liability. Therefore, it is related to person. Therefore, liability will be always personal account. Capital account means what? Any amount payable to owner will be capital. Means owner is what? The internal person or any outsider person को कुछ भी pay करते हैं, that become what? Liability. That become liability. Understood this point? Correct? Have you understood this point? Yes. Asset has one more meaning. Any amount receivable from any person, any amount receivable from any person is also what? Asset. So can you say asset has two definitions? Any expenditure from which benefit is receivable is also an asset. Any amount which is receivable from any person is also an asset. So first point represent real account. Second point represent personal account. Therefore, asset can be real or personal account. Real or personal account. But liability and capital will be always personal account. It cannot be real. It cannot be real. Income means what? Any benefit received. Income means what? Ki the source of inflow. But all inflow are not income. Can I say what? Why we are doing expenditure to generate some benefit? To generate some benefit means just right. Try to understand. I have incurred many expenditure to receive coaching fee from you. So why I am incurring expenditure right now? So that you can pay me fee. So can I say the benefit received from the expenses will be what? Income. Will be income. Will be income. Correct? Are you getting? Batao. Why you have purchased goods? To sell that goods in future. To sell the goods in future. So once the sale has been done, it become your income. It become your income. Understood? Correct? Yes, sir. Correct? I think all doubts over. Correct. Special account. Now I started a special account. Come to the special account now. So purchase of asset. Purchase of asset. Everyone. So can you say asset whatever we purchase it is either for sale or it is for use. Correct? Just try to understand. I purchase laptop but for sale or use. It is for use, not for sale. Correct? Are you getting what I'm saying? But suppose I purchase mobile and I am the dealer of mobile. So if I am the dealer of mobile, so the objective to purchase this mobile is sale, not use. Means if mobile is purchased for sale, it will come in first category. If mobile is purchased for use, it will come in second category. Correct? It means one asset can be for sale as well as for use. You need to identify if you have purchased mobile for sale, so it will be considered as goods or stock or inventory. But if you have purchased this mobile for use, so it is your fixed asset. It is your fixed asset. Understood? So whenever you purchase any goods or stock or inventory for sale, then we open which account? Purchase account. Correct? Means we do not open goods account, we do not open inventory account, we do not open stock account at that point of time. We open which account? Purchase account. Means purchase account represent purchase of goods, purchase of goods. So when I am saying purchase account, the purchase account represent purchase of goods. Batao. Purchase of goods, whether sale has been done, till now sale has not been done, means benefit will be received in future. Benefit will be received in future. Therefore, purchase account is a real account. Real account means it represent asset. Correct now. So, of course, these goods, stock and inventories are what? Asset. Therefore, purchase account represent asset. Therefore, it is a real account. It is a real account. Correct. Similarly, for use will happen respective fixed asset account. Means if I have purchased furniture for use, I will open furniture account. So furniture account represent purchase of furniture. Purchase of furniture. If I have purchased land for use, so I will open land account. So therefore, I have written respective asset account, and this asset account once again will be a real account. Real account. Understood this point? Bolo. Understood this point? Correct? Have you understood this point? Natasha, you please check your internet connectivity. Correct? Because everything is fine. I have checked it. You check your internet connectivity. I think there may be some internet problem at your end. Correct? Bolo. Then sale of asset. Sale of asset. Mank, what I need to explain again? Again explain what I need to explain again. Just write down that also. Explain again. But what I need to explain again that वो भी तो लिख दो. Explain again का मतलब क्या होता है? पूरा फिर से पढ़ाऊं? समझो मेरी बात को. पूरा अच्छे से लिखो, नहीं तो मैं समझ नहीं पाओगे. आपकी भावनाओं को मैं समझ नहीं पाऊंगा. Correct. Then sale of asset. Come to sale of asset. Sale of asset is what? Means when you sell asset, so either you will sell goods or you will sell fixed asset. Correct now. Means either you will sell your goods. When I am saying goods, it means it is a sale of asset. So once it is sold, so income has been generated. Income has been generated. So we'll open sales account. We'll open sales account. Correct? And this will be income and nominal account. Nominal account. But sale of fixed asset, just try to understand, our objective of business is to sell and purchase goods. Means our business is what? Is business is what? We are dealing in goods. We are purchasing fixed asset only to support our business. To support our business. Means can I say for a business, goods are more important item. Goods is more important item. Therefore, more importance has been given to that. Means if you are selling your fixed asset, then will not open sales account. This is accounting practice. This is the accounting practice we need to follow. There are some accounting terms that we need to understand. Means sale of fixed asset, because fixed asset is not our what main item, because in that we are not dealing. We are dealing in the goods only. Correct? For example, if I am a mobile dealer, so I will concentrate more on mobile or fixed asset. Fixed asset को तो एक बार purchase कर लिया, that will be used forever. But can I say we need to purchase what goods every time? So our main item is what? Goods. Therefore, more importance is given to goods account. For goods, we'll open purchase account and sale account. For other, we'll open only one account, that is fixed asset account. So for sale of fixed asset, we'll use respective asset account only, and that asset account will be also a real account. जब आपने asset account बोला, तो that will be a real account. Understood? Sale of asset. Sale of asset, you understood? Yes. Once again, Mayank has asked one doubt. He said, please explain purchase of asset for use. Purchase of asset for use. Please listen. I am very much slow. आप थोड़ा concentrate होके सुनिए. Correct? Are you agreeing? So purchase of asset for use. When you are purchasing asset for use, when you are purchasing asset for use, correct, then we'll open respective asset account. Means if you are using land, you'll open land account. If you are using building, you'll open building account. If you are using mobile, you'll open mobile account. If you are using machinery, you'll use machinery account. If you are using camera account, etc, etc, etc. So respective asset account, I have said respective asset means what? Land account, building account, etc. Correct? And that will be also a real account. Understood this much? Bolo. Now, have you understood this much? Any doubt? Then I will come to point number 3. If you have understood this much. Point number 3. Write down. Return of goods. Return of goods. I have written goods, not fixed asset. Goods means what? Stock or inventories. All are same. नमन till now I have not explained what is debit, what is credit. मैं तो आपको account बता रहा हूँ कि for which item which account will be opened. अभी the debit credit I have not discussed. Please, Naman, till now I have not discussed anything about debit and credit. अभी तो I am just explaining you for this what account need to be opened, which account need to be opened. Correct? अभी we are not dealing in debit and credit. अभी सब आते हैं धीरे 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 धीरे. Please, Naman, give me some time. Return of goods, stock or inventory. Correct? It is very difficult to teach accounts when you have done class 11 and 12. Just try to understand. I am teaching that subject to you which you already know, but I know what you know. It's like give me some time. I'm here to rectify whatever you have done in your class 11 and 12. Correct? Understood? So return of goods or stock or inventories. Correct? So in this write down, for return of goods purchased, for return of goods purchased, will open purchase return return account. Correct? Purchase return account. Now, purchase was what? Real account. So can you say when you are purchasing, goods is coming in, when you are returning, goods is going out. Correct now? So can you see this will also represent goods only? If this is representing goods, it will be also a real account. Real account. Are you able to understand? So purchase return is just reverse of purchase. Purchase return account is just reverse of purchase. Purchase में क्या होता है? Goods is coming in. So in purchase return, goods is going out. It means it represents the goods which are going out. Can you say goods is an asset? Therefore, it is also representing goods means asset. Therefore, it is a real account. Understood? Similarly, return of goods sold. So it is just reverse of sales. Means can I say when you have done sale of goods, so there is some income generated, means income has increased, income has increased. But once the goods are sold, so can I say it is just reverse of sales, means your income has decreased. So it also represents some income which is now reduced, which is now reduced. Correct? Are you getting what I am saying? So this will also represent income. So we'll open sales return account, sales return account, and this will be what? Income. Income means nominal account. Nominal account. Understood? Correct? Yes, sir. I think in this no doubt. In this no doubt. Point number 4. Write down. Correct? Cash introduced and withdrawn by owner. Correct? Means now we are discussing about owner account. Owner. Now, owner means in our example Ram. Can I say Ram is the owner of the business? So Ram will introduce cash or any other asset in the business to start. Means Ram will always introduce. So Ram will introduce either cash or any asset. Any asset. For this introduction, for this introduction, will open which represent owner capital account. So for owner, if he is introducing, will open capital account. Capital account. Correct? But he may also withdraw. Withdraw. He may also withdraw cash or any asset. Cash or any asset. He may withdraw cash or any asset. Correct? Now, for withdrawal of cash or any asset, will open means this is just reverse of capital account. Means capital means what? कि something is coming in into the business. Correct ना, means cash is coming in from owner. Correct, or asset is coming in from owner. Correct, are you getting what I am saying? Withdrawal means what? Cash is going out from the business, or can I say asset is going out from the business? Who has withdrawn? Cap owner. So for owner withdrawal, we'll open which account? Drawing account. Correct. So it is just reverse of what? It is just reverse of capital account. This is the accounting practice to use capital and drawing account. Capital and drawing account. Correct. So for every introduction, we'll use capital account. For every withdrawal of whatever nature, we'll use drawing account. Correct. Understood? ये बात समझे? तो this is also personal account. Personal account means representative personal account. ये भी क्या है? Personal account means representative personal account. Correct? Understood? बोलो. Correct? This point you understood? Correct? Now one doubt is coming. I was expecting the doubt. ये doubt I was expecting and a doubt came. ये doubt समझो कि sir how return of goods sold means sales return is an income account. Is an income account. ये doubt तो हर बार आता है. Why this doubt is coming? Because in class 11 and 12 your teacher has said is an expense. बोलो yes or no? Everyone. Correct? Just try to understand what I am saying. In class 11 and 12, what your teacher has said? Teacher has said it is an expense account. बताओ correct or not? Respond. Yes sir. ये आपको बेवकूफ बनाते हैं. क्लास 11 12 में दे ऑलवेज से एज पर देयर कंफर्ट कि आप जल्दी समझ जाओ. And what happened now when we'll deal what conceptually, then you will be in what danger situation. Correct now? Just try to understand whether the sales return meet the definition of expense. Whether batao in sales return any expenditure is involved. When you sell the goods, so some amount is going to be received. Correct now? For example, आपने sale किया, sale of goods. So when you have sold goods, some amount is going to be received. Correct? Are you getting? So it is just when the sales return happen, you are refunding that amount. You are refunding that amount. Means आपका कोई expense नहीं है. So this is nothing but just try to understand. Sales account represent increase in income, increase in income, increase in income. Correct? And when you have sold the goods, it represent decrease in income, decrease in income. So decrease in income does not means it is an expense. Correct ना? आपका जो इनकम होना था वो नहीं हुआ. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Therefore, it represent income. It represent income. It is not an expense. It is not an expense. Have you understood what I am saying? So return of goods is just reverse of what? Sales. Just reverse of sales. So for sale of goods, we are opening sales account. That also represent income. Income which income? Increase in income. तो जब आप सेल्स अकाउंट ओपन करते हैं, sales account, it represent income but increase in income. Correct? When you open sales return account, it also represent income but decrease in income account. Decrease in income account. So it is representing income ना. Income है, यहाँ पे expense तो कुछ नहीं है. Therefore, it is a nominal account. Nominal account. Correct? Are you getting what I am saying? Have you understood this point now? Those who have asked the doubt, whether this doubt clear now? बोलो. Naman, your doubt over? Ambika, your doubt over? बोलो. Respond fast. Now, So we discuss some special account. We discuss purchase account, purchase return account, fixed asset account, sales return account, capital account, drawing account. Have you understood the meaning of this account? Purchase return account, sales return account, capital account, drawing account. Have you understood this point? Correct. Understood? तो इन अकाउंट के नाम को आप चेंज नहीं कर सकते हो, करेक्ट ना? दिस इज द अकाउंटिंग प्रैक्टिस टू फॉलो only this name in accounts, correct? We cannot change the name of the account. We cannot change the name of the account, correct? Why we cannot change the name of the account? Suppose I'm using, just try to understand मेरी बात को. Why we should not change the name of the account? ये एक बड़ा अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, correct? Just try to understand. Now we discuss what? Purchase account, correct? Now can I say I could have also opened goods account? यहाँ पे गुड्स अकाउंट और स्टॉक अकाउंट और इन्वेंटरी अकाउंट. आई कुड हैव आल्सो रिटन गुड्स अकाउंट, स्टॉक अकाउंट, इन्वेंटरी अकाउंट. दैट वुड हैव बीन आल्सो करेक्ट. बट सपोज इफ आई एम यूजिंग परचेज अकाउंट and you are using goods account, so can I say there will be not a proper practice, means proper grammar to understand the language. So if I am using purchase account, you need to also use purchase account so that I can understand whenever you are using purchase account that represent purchase of goods. Correct now. So we'll not use goods account, stock account, inventory account. Correct now. So if you are purchasing mobile for use, you'll use mobile account. But if you are purchase mobile for sale, then we'll use what? Purchase account. Have you understood this point? Have you understood this point? Yes, sir. Correct. Now, coming to the what? Now, application of rules. Now we'll come to the application of golden rules. Right on next point. Application of golden rules of account. I will take 3 examples only. After that 3 examples will go to modern rules. Correct? Yes, sir. Thread point number 1. Ram commenced business Ram and Company by introducing cash of rupees 1 lakh into business. Correct. Understood? Now, you need to identify this is one transaction. Ram commenced business by introducing cash of rupees 1 lakh into business. Correct? Understood? Batao. In this, how many items you are identifying? Can you say one is Ram, one is business Ram and Company, and one is cash? Correct? Understood this point? Now batao. We are preparing whose books? Everyone just try to understand. We are preparing books of Ram ki books of Ram and Company? Bolo. We are preparing books of Ram ki books of Ram and Company? Respond. We are preparing books of Ram ki books of Ram and Company? Very good. So it means we are preparing books of Ram and Company. Correct? And we are discussing about journal. Journal. Correct? Now, In this, we need to find out two aspects. So can I say in the books of Ram and Company, we will never open Ram and Company account. We'll never open Ram and Company account. Correct? Means there are two aspects: Ram and cash. Ram and cash. Correct? It means what are two aspects? Ram and cash. Now, for Ram being the owner, for honor he has introduced, we'll open which account? Capital account. हम कौन सा account बनाएंगे? Capital account. And cash is an asset. Asset. So we'll open what? Cash account. We'll open cash account. Correct? Understood? Now बताओ. This is which account? Personal account. Personal account. This is what? Real account. This is an asset. So it is a real account. A real account. Are you getting? Correct? ये बात समझे? तो Ram is a person. Ram is a person. Correct? Cash is a asset. Correct? Now personal account rules and real account rules. बताओ. Here for personal account, what is the rule? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. बताओ Ram is a giver or receiver? ये बताओ. Ram is a giver or receiver from Ram and Company point of view. From Ram and Company point of view सोचो कि Ram is a giver to business or receiver from business. ये बताओ. Everyone. तो Ram is a giver. तो he is a giver. तो debit the receiver, credit the giver. तो will credit which account? Capital account. देखो मैंने यहाँ राम अकाउंट लिखा है. राम इज द नेम ऑफ द ऑनर. But we'll open Ram, not open Ram account, we'll open capital account. This is the rule. Means we'll never open Ram account, we'll always open capital account for Ram. For Ram. Correct? Now, cash is a real account. What is the rule? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So बताओ cash is coming in or going out? Of course, can I say the cash is coming in? So it is comes in. Therefore, it will be debit. Correct? Understood? This is the way of applying golden rules. अभी application कर रहे हैं. We have not understood how to prepare journal right now. वो भी समझाऊंगा. Have you understood this point? Have you understood this point? बोलो. Yes, sir. You have understood? Point number 2. Rent of building. Rent of building. Rent of building used for 1 year is paid in cash. Is paid in cash. Correct? Rent of building used for 1 year is paid in cash. Correct? तो बताओ. You have done some expenditure. Everyone, you have done some expenditure paid. तो बताओ what you have paid? Rent of building. My question to you all, whether building is used, it will be used in future. If it is already used, it means benefit derived. If it will be used in future, means benefit is not yet derived. So बताओ here rent, बताओ you have paid for the building which is already used, it will be used in future, means benefit received or benefit will be received. बताओ benefit received or will be received? Everyone. So can I say for rent for used. Already used means benefit received, means benefit received. Correct? Understood? Used for 1 year. Used for 1 year means what? You have already used it. Already used it. Correct? Understood? Means benefit has been received. So can I say for rent paid, will open a rent account. Rent account is a expense account. Expense means nominal account, and nominal account all expenses will be debited. All expense will be debited. Correct? Understood? It will be debited. Correct. Very good. Correct. And can I say you are paid what? Cash. The second aspect is cash. Cash is what? For cash will open cash account. Can I say it is an asset? Asset means what? A real account. A real account. Batao. It is coming in or going out. Means debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So can I say it is goes out, therefore it will be credited. Therefore it will be credited. Understood? I'm just explaining you the application part. Application part. Understood? No, no. There can be many expense ना. So you can't write down all expense in one account, expense account. Correct ना? आपको तो nature भी बताना पड़ेगा ना. What is the nature of that expense? Therefore, we don't open expense account. We write down rent account, which is a type of one expense. Correct ना? So there can be many expense. Then तो आप अपना एक ही expense account बना लिए. ऐसे नहीं चलता है. You need to write down what is the nature of expense. What is the nature of that expense? Correct? Understood, Sital? Your doubt over? Correct? Yes, sir. Now one you will do. एक आप करोगे. Point number 3. This you will do. Let's see how you are writing. In the way I am writing, you write down in that way. Correct? लिखो. Loan of rupees 10,000 given to loan of rupees 10,000 given to Mr. Shyam in cash. Now, whenever I am writing in cash, this is business cash. Correct now? You cannot assume this is personal cash. So, whenever I am giving you transaction now, all transactions are of financial nature until unless I mentioned it is of personal cash. So, जब भी मैं cash बोलता हूँ, this is always business cash. This is always business cash because we are doing a transaction or only business. Correct? Understood? बताओ इसको कैसे लिखोगे? I am just giving you 1 minute. Please write down fast. Done. So what are the two aspects? One is loan given. Loan given to whom? Mr. Shyam. This is one aspect. Correct? Another is cash. So you need to write down loan given to Shyam. Means Shyam represent what? One person. It means either you can open Shyam account, but Shyam account से पता नहीं चलेगा. तो normally we open loan to Shyam account. Loan to Syam account. Understood? Correct. Means you can also write down Syam account, but from Syam account will not be able to understand if for what purpose the cash has been given. Correct. Therefore, normally we open loan to Syam account. So Syam account is a personal account. Loan to Syam is a representative personal account. Are you getting what I am saying? Syam account is a person's, correct. It is in a natural person, and loan to Syam is a representative personal account. For personal account means natural person, artificial person, representative person, the rules remain same. Debitor receiver, creditor giver. Batao. Syam is a receiver or giver, means it is a personal account. Personal account. Correct. So debit the receiver, but Syam is receiving. Syam is receiving cash from business. तो he is a receiver. Receiver को क्या करेंगे? Debit. Debit. Correct. Understood. Very good. Correct. And then second aspect is what? Cash. So for cash will open which account? Cash account. And it is what? A real account. Real account means asset. And can I say it is going out? Therefore it will be credited. Therefore it will be credited. Understood? Correct? Have you understood this point? Yes, sir. We have understood. Correct? One more. Point number 4. Cash of rupees 10,000 deposited in an account in State Bank of India, State Bank of India account. Correct? Now, loan given to Syam. I said loan given to Syam. तो किसको दिया? Syam means person. Person ना. Loan given to Syam. Syam means person. So either you can open Syam account or loan to Syam account. When I am saying Syam account, it is natural person account. Correct. Now when I am saying loan to Syam account, it is representative personal account. Representative means loan here represent Syam. Loan account represent Syam. Correct now. Loan किसको दिया? Syam को दिया. So if you are opening loan account, it is representing one person. That is what representative personal account. So either you can open Syam account or loan to Syam account. So loan to Syam account is what better account because it is representing what has been given to Syam for what purpose. Correct? Now are you getting what I am saying? So it is a personal account, and can I say Syam is the receiver of cash from business. From business. Correct? So receiver, debit the receiver. So debit कर दिया यहाँ पर. Have you understood, Mayank? Mayank, have you understood this point? Correct. Do point number 4 by your own. अपने से करो. तो बता. There are two aspects. One is cash and one is State Bank of India. So two aspects, cash and State Bank of India. For cash, we'll open cash account. Correct. For State Bank of India, we can open SBI account or bank account. Whatever your choice. Means when I am saying State Bank of India account, it is artificial person. When I am saying bank account, so this bank account represents State Bank of India. So bank account become representative personal account. Representative personal account. इस बात को समझे. बोलो, हैव यू अंडरस्टूड? करेक्ट। तो कैश अकाउंट इज एन एसेट, ये रियल हो गया, रियल अकाउंट। करेक्ट, अंडरस्टूड? करेक्ट, understood this point. And this is a personal account, personal account. तो बताओ, cash is what? Going out, going out means credited, credited. And बताओ, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया is a receiver or giver? बताओ, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया इज रिसीविंग और गिविंग? ये बता दो, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया इज रिसीविंग और गिविंग? वेरी गुड, रिसीवर। तो यहां पे लिखेंगे रिसीवर, और रिसीवर को क्या करते हैं? डेबिट करते हैं, डेबिटेड। हैव यू अंडरस्टूड दिस पॉइंट? Yes, sir. Correct. So I've given you 4 example. With this 4 example, I think you understood how to apply golden rules. अभी और भी example करना है, don't worry. But I'd like to introduce in your life accounting equation approach. वो approach introduce करना बहुत जरूरी है. Correct? Are you getting? So before coming to other transaction, I would like to explain what accounting equation approach. But before that, let us do the format of journal means how to journalize the entries, ये देखना है, ये समझते हैं। करेक्ट। नाउ तो व्हेन यू प्रिपेयर जर्नल, करेक्ट, तो इन दैट फॉर्मेट विल बी लाइक दिस, यू ऑल नो अबाउट दिस, बट आई नीड टू मेंशन वंस अगेन। बताओ, this will be how many column? 5 column. How many column? 5 column. Now bank account is also an asset. समझो, रियल नहीं समझ पा रहे हो। बैंक अकाउंट इज ऑल्सो एन एसेट, बट इट इज नॉट रियल, बिकॉज बैंक अकाउंट रिप्रेजेंट आर्टिफिशियल पर्सन। बैंक इज एन आर्टिफिशियल पर्सन। तो रियल अकाउंट आर दोज एसेट विच आर नॉट पर्सनल अकाउंट। आप मेरी बात समझे? तो यहाँ पे बैंक अकाउंट इज अ पर्सनल अकाउंट, करेक्ट? बैंक इज ऑल्सो एन एसेट, बट ऑल एसेट्स आर नॉट रियल। All assets are not real means any asset which are related to person are not real, are not real। यही तो समझा रहा हूं कब से। तो asset can be either real or personal, asset can be either real or personal। understood real? कितना समझाना पड़ रहा है बताओ? have everything you have done, but पता नहीं क्या क्या करे हैं हम वहां पर। समझो मेरी बात को। have you understood this point? can I come to the format? फॉर्मेट में आ जाओ। चलो, फर्स्ट वी राइट डाउन व्हाट? डेट। देन वी राइट डाउन particulars, then we write down LF. LF means what is LF? LF means ledger folio, correct? Then we write down here amount, and one amount will be debited and second amount will be credited. Debit and credit. We can add on short form debit dr and cr, credit. Correct? Understood? So what is the date? It is what? Transaction date. Transaction date. And this date should be in which order? Chronological order. Chronological order. Means date you should write down in chronological order. Means as and when the transaction occur. So what is the meaning of chronological order? Chronological order means what? As and when transaction occur. As and when transaction occur. Correct? Understood? What is ledger folio? Ledger folio means what? This is page number of ledger book. Ledger book in which transaction is posted. Page number of ledger book in which transaction is posted. But right now I can't explain you this because this will be explained when we will do ledger. So this represents the page number of ledger in which transaction is posted. But why we write ledger folio बाद में समझाऊंगा. Correct? Understood? Then one amount will be debited, another amount will be credited. So चलो एक बार करते हैं. This whatever transaction we have done one by one I will explain because the date is not given. So I am just writing the journal in the order in which I have given. So I am writing serial order number 1. Correct. So first is what? Cash account को debit किया and capital account is credited. Means how to write? We write on cash account debited to capital account. To capital account. Amount how much I have given? 1 lakh. 1 lakh. Correct? 1 lakh. समझे? In this way we write down. मेरी बात समझे? Correct? Have you understood? Cash account debit to what? Capital. Now, this is the way of writing. This is the way of writing. Means we write down cash account debit to capital account. So one doubt will come, which was doubt in my mind when I was in class 11, 12 and CA foundation. Nobody has cleared this doubt of mine. मेरा ये doubt कोई भी clear नहीं किया उस समय. Correct? Then I understand it by what? धीरे धीरे मैं खुद ही समझ गया कि ऐसा होगा. Correct ना? Now the doubt is what? So why we are writing cash account debit to capital? We can add on cash account debit, capital account credit. ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं. बोलो या सुनो. बोलो या सुनो. And then 1 lakh 1 lakh. Are you able to understand? Means why we are writing to capital? ये समझ में नहीं आया. Why we are writing to capital? ये to capital क्यों लिखा? बोलो. Anyone have answer of this? Why we write down? Have you answer of this? We can write down in this way also. Cash account debit to capital account credit. Cash account debit, capital account credit. बोलो yes or no? ऐसा भी तो लिख सकते हैं ना. Have you understood what I am asking? कि why we are writing cash account debit to capital? Correct? कैश इज इंक्लूडेड इन कैपिटल, ये क्या है यार, कुछ भी बोल देते हो आप लोग। कैश इज इंक्लूडेड इन कैपिटल, हट, कुछ भी बोल दो, हट, मतलब कुछ भी बोल दो, ठीक है। नो, दिस इज नॉट द वे। जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, वी कैन आल्सो राइट डाउन इन दिस वे, देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग इन राइटिंग इन दिस, बट this is not the practice. One practice has been given, means this practice of writing, this is what practice, and this is traditional practice, traditional practice of writing journal entries, correct, traditional practice. However, there is no explanation why we write down to as a prefix यहाँ पर, there is no explanation, no explanation, no explanation for this, no explanation for this, correct ना। तो one practice has been developed, एक practice आ गया। Are you able to understand? Someone has said you should write down in this way, and we are following that. We are following that. Are you getting what I'm saying? मेरी बात को समझ रहे हो कि someone has said कि लिखना है ऐसे cash account debit to capital. Now why there is a prefix to, that is not explained anyway. It is a practice and we are following that practice. We are following that practice. However, if I say I want to write down in this way, it is nothing wrong when you are writing in this way. Nothing wrong. कोई भी गलत नहीं है. Means we can write down in this way, but in exam we are not supposed to write down in this way. Once you become CA, आप इस तरह से भी लिख सकते हो. Nothing wrong in this. But in exam, we need to follow this only. In exam, we need to follow this only. Correct? Understood? Cash account debit to capital. Cash account debit means any account which has been credited will have a prefix to. Why we are adding prefix to? No explanation is there. No explanation is there. जो भी कोई आपको explanation दे रहे हैं वो सब बेवकूफ बनाने वाला explanation है. Correct? Understood? Have you understood? ये capital is given in the form of cash. इसका मतलब ये तो नहीं है कि हम टू लगा देंगे आगे में. आप समझे ना? टू क्यों लगा रहे हो? इन लगा दो, इन कैपिटल. वाई वी आर नॉट एडिंग इन कैपिटल? मेरी बात समझो, इन कैपिटल लिख दो. कैश इज गिवन इन कैपिटल. वाई वी आर नॉट एडिंग प्रीफिक्स इन? वाई टू? ये मेरी बात को समझो. मेरी बात को समझ नहीं पा रहे हो कि वाई वी आर एडिंग टू. देयर इज नो एक्सप्लेनेशन फॉर दिस. करेक्ट? बाकी जो आपको बताया गया बेवकूफ बनाने वाली बात है. समझो, नो एक्सप्लेनेशन फॉर दिस. इफ समबडी आस्क यू कि व्हाई वी आर एडिंग अ प्रीफिक्स टू फॉर a credited account, just say this is the accounting practice we are following. There is no explanation for that why we are adding that, why we are adding that. Correct? Now when we are adding cash account debit to capital, because we have recorded it, we can easily understand. But can I say if some other person is observing this cash account debit to capital, so can I say he will not be able to understand what is, why cash account is debited, why capital account is credited. Therefore an explanation is given here, and that explanation is always started with being. Correct? This is also one traditional practice to start explanation with being. Okay? So we write down cash, being cash introduced by Ram. Cash introduced by Ram. Correct? So this explanation is known as what? Narration. इसको क्या बोलते हैं हम? Narration. Narration. What is narration? Narration means what? Narration means what? Explanation. Explanation of transactions recorded. Explanation of transaction recorded. Understood? this point. Explanation of transactions recorded. This point you understood? Correct. Yes, sir. And when we say RAM account debit to cash, this is known as journal entry. इसको बोलते हैं journal entry. This is known as journal entry. In journal entry, always the amount debited will be equal to amount credited. Amount debited will be equal to amount credited. Amount debited, I have not said account debited, correct now. Amount debited will be always equal to amount credited, correct. This is what? Dual aspect concept. This is due to dual aspect concept. Understood? Amount debited will be always equal to amount credited. Amount credit. This is what dual aspect concept. Have you understood this point? Have you understood? Correct. So this is the way of writing in journal. This process of writing is known as journalizing the entry. Journalizing the entry. I think you have understood. Bolo. Correct. Then we close this and then we write down second. अब second कैसे लिखेंगे चेक करेंगे. What was the second transaction what I have given? Second transaction क्या दिया था मैंने आपको? It was what? Rent or building paid in cash. तो कैसे लिखेंगे? Rent account debit to cash account. I am not given the amount. Let us assume amount is 10,000. Let us assume amount is 10,000. So amount debited will be equal to amount credited. Being rent of building paid. Have you understood this point? Then others you can do by your own. This is the process of writing in the journal. Have you understood? Correct? इतना समझे? Have you understood this much? So if you have understood, we'll come to accounting equation approach. Yes, sir. Chalo. Now I'll come to next. Write down. Accounting equation approach. Correct? Accounting equation approach. Everyone. And can I say, just try to understand this accounting equation approach is more scientific. More scientific. Therefore, I will always suggest you कि even though you know golden rules of accounting, but now for generalizing the entries, don't follow golden rules of accounting, follow modern rules of accounting given under accounting equation approach. Means this is more scientific, better way of understanding the journal entries. Correct? Means I will prove after some time that there are some transactions which cannot be recorded. through what? Golden rules of accounting. Therefore, golden rules of accounting golden rules of accounting should not be used. Correct? If in exam they ask us question based on what? Golden rules, we'll answer as per golden rules. However, institute is also using what? Modern rules of accounting. ICA also use modern rules of accounting. So now our total focus will be on modern rules of accounting. I require full concentration from you. Correct. Now, what is the objective of accounting? To prepare balance sheet, balance sheet and statement of PL. Correct. Bata. In SOPL, we write down income in this side. All income will be written in this side. All expense will be written in this side. And income minus expense will be profit. तो इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Profit. And profit will be transferred to what? Capital. Profit will be transferred to capital. Correct? ये बात है, याद आया? तो in balance sheet, we write down what? Just try to understand. We write down capital, and we add profit in this. We add profit. Means there can be loss also. If expense is more than income, there is a loss. Then loss will be deducted from capital. इस बात को समझ पा रहे हो? Correct. Understood. And total of this is known as equity. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Equity. Already I have explained this point. Then we also record what? Liability, and then what? All asset, and can I say the total of this should match? This is double entry system. मैंने बोला था this is what? Double entry system. Are you able to understand what I am saying? मेरी बात को समझ पा रहे हो? तो the total of these two means capital plus liability must be equal to asset, and this should what? Tally. ये tally होना चाहिए. This is double entry system. So can I say what is accounting equation? Accounting equation is equal to what? Can I say equity plus liability must be equal to assets? This is one accounting equation. Correct? So this is accounting equation. समझे? So equity plus liability must be equal to what? Asset. Just try to understand. Equity plus liability is equal to asset. Now, I want to clear one doubt before coming to accounting equation approach. I think all have understood this accounting equation. Accounting equation आप समझ गए बोलो? Have you understood this has been derived from balance sheet? So accounting equation has been derived from where? Has been derived from balance sheet. Has been derived from balance sheet. Correct? So equity plus liability. But one doubt is there. पहले उसको समझते हैं. The doubt is what? Whether equity or capital, because equity and capital are interchangeably used in what? Exam or in general terms. However, I think you have understood equity and capital are two different terms. Whenever capital is introduced, whenever cash or any other asset is introduced by the owner, that is capital. But जिसमें हम profit add कर देते हैं, तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Equity बोलते हैं. However, equity also represent owner's fund. Therefore, equity and capital are interchangeably used. The doubt is what? Whether capital is a liability. Whether capital is a liability. बोलो. Whether capital is a liability. The doubt is what? इसको बहुत जरूरी है अभी बताना. Whether capital is a liability. बोलो, respond everyone, whether capital or equity is a liability. Now there are someone saying no, there are some saying yes. Correct. Now the correct answer is सुनना, capital is not a liability. तभी तो अलग अलग लिखा है, चेक करो. I've written capital separate and liability separate, means capital is not a liability. Otherwise I would have written only liability. Correct now. So capital is not a liability. Correct. Just try to understand. Just try to understand. I said Ram and company are two different person because of business entity concept. Because of business entity concept, but you only say whether Ram and company will pay to Ram. Kabhi nahi, there is no obligation to pay. Ram can withdraw anytime any amount from Ram and company. Means Ram and company has no obligation to pay. Ha, because of what? Separate entity concept, capital is shown in the liability side of balance sheet, but it is not liability. It is not liability. Correct? Means liability means only when there is an obligation to pay. जब हमारा कोई ऑब्लिगेशन है पे करने का. आर यू गेटिंग करेक्ट? तो कैन से कैपिटल इज नॉट ए लायबिलिटी बट इट इज शोन इन द लायबिलिटी साइड ऑफ बैलेंस शीट. सुनना, व्हाट इज द करेक्ट? इट इज शोन इन द लायबिलिटी साइड ऑफ बैलेंस शीट ड्यू टू विच कॉन्सेप्ट? ड्यू टू सेपरेट एंटिटी कॉन्सेप्ट. ड्यू टू सेपरेट एंटिटी कॉन्सेप्ट. तो यहां पे एक नोट लिखेंगे, वन नोट राइट डाउन. This type of question can be asked in exam. Capital or equity is not a liability, but it is shown in the liability side of balance sheet due to what? Due to our assumption. We have taken an assumption that business and owner are different. So in due to this assumption, business and entity are considered as separate person. So business has a what? One type of obligation to pay to the owner, but actually they will never pay. They will never pay. Understood? Correct? Understood. Liability side of balance sheet due to separate entity concept. Therefore, in accounting equation, we never write liability equal to asset. Check karo. We have not written liability equal to asset. We have written equity plus liability is equal to asset, because equity is not a liability. Because equity is not equal to liability. इस बात को समझे? Correct? Now let us expand it. इसको expand करते हैं. Can I write down capital plus profit plus liability is equal to asset? Can we write down this way? Yes, sir. Can we write down in this way? कि capital instead of profit, can we write down income minus expense? Income minus expense plus liability. Income minus expense plus liability is equal to asset. Can we write down in this way? बताओ. Profit is equal to income minus expense. Income minus expense is equal to profit. So instead of profit, can we write down income minus expense? Yes. So these are the 5 item of financial statement. पांचों item आ गया, check करो. And can I write down this way? Capital plus income plus liability, and can we write down minus expense को can I transfer to right hand side? Right hand side. So if I transfer minus expense to right hand side, can I see it will become asset plus expense? Asset plus expense. So this is what expanded form of what? The originated equation, original equation. Have you understood this? Correct. Now what our modern rule says, समझना. What our modern rule says कि this capital income and liability will always have credit balance. Credit balance. Correct. And this asset and expense, देखो asset and expense साथ साथ है, will always have debit balance. Debit balance. This is the rule. Rule समझे? Means they will always have credit. Capital income liability cannot have debit balance. It will always have credit balance. Means capital cannot have debit balance, income cannot have debit balance, liability cannot have debit balance, it will always have credit balance. Similarly, asset and expense cannot have credit balance, it will always have debit balance. And rules will be, means now modern rules, what modern rules says समझते हैं, very easy. ये modern rules अगर आप समझ जाओगे तो जना एंट्री एकदम आसान है. The entire complication started from golden rules. मेरे को तो लगता है golden rules पढ़ाना नहीं चाहिए. We are teaching only because you have started from golden rules. अगर आपने मेरे से पढ़ा होता तो मैं आपको golden rules कभी पढ़ाता ही नहीं. Means entire doubts come from golden rules. अब इसको समझेंगे. करेक्ट. मॉडर्न रूल्स क्या बोलता है कि फॉर कैपिटल liability and income, rule is same. Rule is what? Increase will be credited and decrease will be debited. Bus means increasing capital will be credited, decreasing capital will be debited, increase in income will be credited, decrease in income will be debited, increase in liability will be credited, decrease in liability will be debited. Simple, very simple rules. समझ रहे हो मेरी बात? ना बताओ. For asset or expense, what is the rule? Rule आप बताओगे, बताओ. Increase will be what? Because they will always have debit balance, so increase will be debited and decrease will be credited. Understood? Correct? Very simple. So if increase in asset debited, decrease in asset credited, increase in expense debited, decrease in expense credited, बस इतना रूल है. बताओ. अब सब भूल जाओ. डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन, क्रेडिट व्हाट गोज आउट, डेबिट द रिसीवर, क्रेडिट द गिवर, डेबिट ऑल एक्सपेंस, क्रेडिट ऑल इनकम. वही सब परेशानी है. इतना सिंपल रूल्स, इंक्रीज डिक्रीज से सारा काम समाप्त हो जाएगा. आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड? बस. हैव यू अंडरस्टूड? करेक्ट. Correct. Now let us do all the four transactions what I have given as per now modern rules. As per modern rules. First transaction. First transaction. अब जो हमने चार ट्रांजेक्शन किया था शुरू में, this four transaction we have done now. Now let us do this four transaction as per modern rules. As per modern rules. Correct? Understood? So what is the first? Ram commence business by introducing cash or rupees 1 lakh into business. क्या करेंगे बताओ? बताओ. This is what? Ram and cash. will open capital account and what? Cash account. Correct? But can I say there is an increase in capital of business? So when Ram is introducing cash, capital in business will increase and cash will also increase. So this is increase in capital. This is increase in cash is an asset, but the increase in capital will be credited. Increase in asset will be debited. Understood this point? Have you understood first point? Batao. Have you understood Dimple? Very correct. Whatever you have said that is correct. But have you understood what I have written? कि राम के लिए कैपिटल अकाउंट इंक्रीज इन कैपिटल क्रेडिटेड कैश इज व्हाट एसेट इंक्रीज इन एसेट बिकॉज कैश बढ़ रहा है बिजनेस का तो कैश इज आल्सो कमिंग इन तो कैश इज आल्सो इंक्रीजिंग तो इट विल बी डेबिटेड अंडरस्टूड कैन यू डू 2 3 and 4 बाय योर ओन 2 3 4 अपने से करो 2 3 4 आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू 3 मिनट 2 3 4 फटाफट कर दो in this way write down in the way whatever I have given. Do it fast. 2 3 4. Once again I will explain. Agam, you want the explanation with full explanation? So I will explain once again accounting equation approach. Correct. Thus, those who have understood do the balance and entries. Now, what I said ki we have one accounting equation equity plus liability is equal to asset. Equity plus liability is equal to asset. This has been derived from the balance sheet. I think this you understood. Means the what is the objective is to prepare balance sheet in which the right hand side we write down asset, in the left hand side we write down what equity and liability, and the total should match. This is the objective of what accounting for preparation of balance sheet as per double entry system. Correct. So equation क्या हुआ equity plus liability is equal to asset. What is equity क्या है capital plus profit. Means instead of equity can we write down capital plus profit. Capital plus profit because profit has been transferred to capital. So capital plus profit is equal to what? Equity. So now equation क्या हुआ? Capital plus profit plus liability is equal to asset. Profit क्या था? Profit has been derived from SOPL, means income minus expense is equal to profit. Income minus expense is equal to profit. Income minus expense is equal to profit. Correct? Understood? तो income minus expense क्या हुआ? तो प्रॉफिट के बदले लिख दिया इनकम माइनस एक्सपेंस. तो क्या हुआ, कैपिटल प्लस इनकम माइनस एक्सपेंस प्लस लायबिलिटी इज इक्वल टू एसेट. नाउ व्हेन यू ट्रांसफर माइनस एक्सपेंस from left hand side to right hand side, it will become plus expense. So what is the expanded form? Capital plus income plus liability is equal to asset plus expense. और रूल क्या है कि कैपिटल प्लस इनकम प्लस लायबिलिटी विल ऑलवेज हैव क्रेडिट बैलेंस. उसका रूल है, रूल की ये हमेशा क्रेडिट बैलेंस होगा एंड एसेट एंड एक्सपेंस विल ऑलवेज हैव डेबिट बैलेंस. मींस दिस कैन नॉट बी चेंज. ये हमारा रूल है, दिस इज द रूल. करेक्ट, अंडरस्टूड. तो यहीं से the modern rules has been derived. What is the modern rules? कि for capital, liability and income rules remain same. So any increase in that will be credited, any decrease in that will be debited. Any increase will be credited, any decrease will be debited. Correct, understood. Any increase will be credited, any decrease will be debited. Means increase in capital, increase in liability, increase in income will be credited. Decrease in capital, decrease in liability, decrease in income will be debited. Correct, understood. यहाँ से रूल आया है. क्यों? Why increasing credited? Because that will always have credit balance. तो जितना increase होगा उसको capital कर दो, decrease हुआ तो debit कर दो. Understood this point? Have you understood this point? Yes sir. For asset and expense, for asset or expense, for asset or expense, can I say increase will be debited and decrease will be credited? Why increase will be debited? Because it will always have debit balance. इसका हमेशा debit balance होने वाला है. Understood? तो increase in asset, increase in expense will be debited. Decrease in asset, decrease in expense will be credited. ये rule है. बस only this rules you need to remember. Correct? Understood? This point. Have you understood Agam now? Correct. Samkit, have you understood now? तो इन द सेकंड रेंट अकाउंट इज एन एक्सपेंस. तो इंक्रीज इन एक्सपेंस, बिजनेस का एक्सपेंस बढ़ रहा है. तो व्हेन यू आर पेइंग रेंट एक्सपेंस, तो बिजनेस एक्सपेंस इज इंक्रीजिंग, तो इंक्रीज इन एक्सपेंस विल बी डेबिटेड. एंड कैश यू आर पेइंग, तो कैश इज डिक्रीजिंग, तो डिक्रीज इन एसेट विल बी क्रेडिटेड. अंडरस्टूड दिस पॉइंट? यस सर. देन पॉइंट नंबर 3, there was what? Loan to Shyam and cash. So can I see you will open loan to Shyam account and cash account. Now question arises, loan to Shyam account is what? Can you see when you have given loan to any person, this is the amount receivable from that person, amount receivable. So any amount receivable from that person is an asset. Any amount means when I have given, suppose you are Shyam and I have given some cash to you, so this is the amount receivable from you from in future, amount receivable from you in future. Correct? So can you say it become an asset for me? It become an asset. So can I say it is an increase in asset? Increase in asset. And when you are giving cash, it is a decrease in asset. Decrease in asset. Increase in asset will be debited. Decrease in asset will be credited. Understood this point? ये point समझे? तो loan to Shyam, you have given some amount to Shyam, so some amount is receivable from Shyam. Any amount receivable from any person in future is an asset. पहले बता दिया है. Asset has two meaning: expenditure from which benefit is receivable, a person from which amount is receivable. Both are asset. Both are asset. ये point समझे? Have you understood this point? Yes sir. Point number 4. Point number 4 क्या था? There were two accounts, cash and State Bank of India. Correct. For cash, we'll open cash account, and for State Bank of India, we can open bank account. Can you say both are asset now? Why? Because can you say State Bank of India is an artificial person. You have given some amount to State Bank of India. That amount is also receivable in future. So if you have deposited some amount in bank, that amount is receivable in future. Any amount receivable from any artificial person is an asset. Correct? तो can you say bank account also represent asset? तो can you see यहाँ पे हुआ decrease in asset, यहाँ पर increase in asset. So this will be what? Credited. This will be what? Debited. Have you understood modern rules now? अभी only 4 point we have done. 4. Correct ना? अभी आगे बढ़ना है. आगे बढ़ना है. This much have you understood? बोलो. Have you understood this much? Correct. Now what I will do, आज के लिए इतना ही, but I will give you some questions. वो आपको घर में करके आना है. Correct? Means we'll discuss this all point tomorrow, but you need to write down the question. आज के लिए explanation में इतना. Means we'll do only this much today. We'll do only this much today because बहुत हो गया. Correct? Understood? Correct. Loan to Syam again. Example. Just try to understand loan to Syam. Whenever you give some amount to any person, correct ना, just try to understand, मेरी बात को समझना. Suppose I have given, this is suppose cash, ये cash समझ लो, ये cash है 10,000. I have given this cash to you, you are Sham, correct? So this is loan given to you, correct? Means can I say, of course after some time you refund this amount to me. Means this amount whatever I have given, this is receivable from you in future. Receivable from you in future means any amount receivable from any person in future. Asset का दो मतलब. Point number 2 याद करो. What I have given in point number 2 of asset. Any amount receivable from any person is an asset. So loan to Syam is an asset, and that asset is increasing because you have given some cash. So that asset is increasing. Correct? So increase in asset will be what? Debited. Increase in asset will be debited. Now you understood? Mayank, have you understood this point? बोलो. Have you understood this point? Correct. Now write down some questions. Generalize the following transactions by using golden rules and modern rules of account. So just write down the transactions. Mr. Ram introduced cash of rupees 1 lakhs and goods worth rupees 1 lakh into business. Ram and Company. Point number B. Here goods was furniture. So when I am saying furniture is a goods, mean this is for sale purpose, correct? Understood? And Ram and Company is a furniture dealer. Furniture dealer. It is a business of what? Sale and purchase of furniture. Correct? Yes, you need to do both by golden rules and modern rules. Correct? Then purchase furniture of rupees 1 lakh in cash. You're not supposed to ask me right now anything because already I have explained it, everything. Now purchase furniture. If furniture dealer is purchasing furniture and is silent and the question is silent, समझे ना? यहाँ लिखा परचेज फर्नीचर तो यहाँ फर्नीचर डीलर है तो इट इज ऑलवेज फॉर सेल. Always for sale if question is silent. If question is silent because लिख दिया furniture dealer तो furniture dealer will purchase furniture for sale only. Correct? It is understood point है. Point number C. Correct? Then down. Purchase furniture for use. Purchase furniture for use. Office use you can write down. Of rupees 20,000 in cash. Point number D. Purchase furniture of rupees 1,50,000 from Mr. X in credit. In credit. In yes, Naman, Jana entries are same. Either you are applying golden rules and modern rules. But I want explanation means debit a receiver, credit a giver, increase in asset, decrease in asset. Like this explanation चाहिए मुझे. Correct? Understood? This point. Then add on. Sale of furniture. I am writing goods so that you are not confused. To Mr. A in cash rupees 50,000. Sale of furniture goods to Mr. B in credit rupees 20,000. Correct? Understood? Correct? Purchase of office equipment in cash rupees 10,000. Office equipment in cash rupees 10,000. Correct? Understood? Do this much only. Apply both golden rules and modern rules. Correct na? In the way I have explained. Means you can write down journal entries but with explanation. I want explanation what you have done. So first do by modern rules, then do by what? Sorry, first do by golden rules, then do by what? Modern rules. Then we'll do more question tomorrow. Correct? Understood? Thank you very much for today. I think no doubt. Yes, Ronak, goods will be recorded as purchase only. Goods will be recorded as purchase always. Correct? So first do by your own. अपने मन से करो. Any mistake means I will correct it. Don't worry. But I think you have understood. Respond. Have you understood whatever I have done today? Bolo. Have you understood whatever I have done today? Are you understanding everyone? Each and every point? Are you enjoying the classes? Are you all enjoying the classes? कुछ ज्यादा समझ में आ रहा है? Means more you are learning. Are you learning more? So thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Enjoy your remaining day. Bye bye. Take care.